Recently, something caught my attention. It was a candle burning in a dark room. There wasn't much light, just that one small flame. And yet, somehow it changed the entire feeling of the space. The darkness was still there. The candle hadn't made it disappear, but suddenly the darkness didn't feel quite as overwhelming. It wasn't just the candle that caught my attention, it was what it quietly reminded me of. Sometimes we think we need a great light to find our way through difficult moments. We wait for everything to become clear. We wait for the answer. We wait for the right opportunity. We wait until we feel strong enough, confident enough, or certain enough to take the next step. But perhaps we don't always need to see the whole way ahead. Perhaps we only need enough light to see the next step. There are seasons in life when everything feels uncertain, when plans don't work out the way we imagined, when something we hoped for doesn't happen, when we are carrying a disappointment, a loss, or simply the weight of not knowing what comes next. And during those moments, it's very easy to focus on everything we cannot see. We look into the darkness and think, what if things don't get better? What if I can't find my way? What if I don't know what to do next? But perhaps the question doesn't always have to be, can I see the whole path? Maybe it can simply be, can I see my next step? A candle doesn't illuminate an entire room. It doesn't show us everything that lies beyond its little circle of light. It simply gives us enough light for this moment. And perhaps that is sometimes enough. Maybe today, your next step is simply to rest. Maybe it's to have a difficult conversation. Maybe it's to begin again. Maybe it's to ask for help. Maybe it's to let go of something you have been holding too tightly. Or perhaps your next step is something very small that nobody else will even notice. And that's okay. We often underestimate the power of small things. A small act of courage, a small decision, a small kindness, a small moment of hope, a small beginning. We don't always realize how much light these little things can bring into our lives. And sometimes, when we feel surrounded by darkness, we forget something important. Darkness doesn't mean that there is no light. Sometimes we simply have noticed the little flame that is already there. So if you are going through a season where you don't know what lies ahead, perhaps you don't have to figure things out today. You don't have to know how entire story will unfold. You don't have to have all the answers. Perhaps you can simply take the next step that light allows you to see. And then, when you take that step, there may be another one waiting just beyond it. Just like a candle in a dark room, you don't need enough light for the whole journey. You only need enough light for the moment you are in. And perhaps that's the quiet beauty of it. Sometimes we don't need the darkness to disappear in order to keep going. We simply need a little light. and the courage to take the next step. Thank you for spending these few minutes on The Quiet Place with 5 Minutes to Beauty. I'm Nimali. Until next time, keep noticing the beauty hidden in ordinary moments. Take care, and I'll see you once again.